Welcome back, it's Jean, and I appreciate you stopping by my channel. I'm thinking of you, I care about you, and I hope that you're learning something every time you watch a video. Please like, share, and comment, and I also have a room called Ask Jean on Facebook, so you can look me up there as well. With me is my boyfriend, Kenny, and his son, Hayden, is holding the camera this time. There you go. Kenny's idea was to have a dating advice video from both perspectives, and since we've been in the dating cyber world, and we've tried it in the physical world, and we've successfully found each other, maybe we'll have a conversation about that. So, what advice would you give for men, mature adult males in the dating world? And what have you learned both in and out of online dating?
Well, as far as online dating, it's difficult. For one, me personally, I have to have that one-on-one interaction. With the cyber dating, it is so impersonal. You look at the profile, you have to make your own decisions from there on whether to contact that person. If you do make contact, it's still through messages, it's words on a page. You can't see their body language, hear their tone of voice. But if you do get past that part and get into the physical world, my advice is the biggest thing is don't stress. Relax. Take a deep breath. And just take whatever comes and take it at face value. Don't get your hopes up.
Right.
But don't count your chickens before they hatch either. Don't back up at the first sign of something you might not like, because that might be the only thing.
Right.
And it might be able to be dealt with. Talk to that person. Once you feel, get to know them, get comfortable, talk to them.
So we actually met on a dating website. What did you think about my profile? What made you stop about mine? And tell me what your experience is with mine online.
To be honest,
Yeah. Of
I
course.
told you this.
There's always honesty in these videos.
Okay.
Sometimes raw.
What caught my eye is you pointing out that you're more than a bus line.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me.
That swagger, that sass, that confidence. That's what drew me to want to get to know you better, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah. And you let me, and what I thought was really successful about him and how we came to this point is he wasn't pushy, he wasn't obscene, he wasn't sexual right away. He just let me know he was interested in a friendly manner. And it surprised him when I'm like, okay, just let's meet. And he's like, already? Yes, I don't want to do this back and forth texting online stuff. I want us to meet and see if there's any kind of compatibility at all before we go any further, because online and in text, you can be anything and anybody. Until you meet someone in person, you don't really get the whole story. So were you shocked when you seem to be shocked when I'm like, let's meet?
Well, yeah. There were other women that I had talked to, and they said, well, let's get to know each other first before we How can you get to know someone from words on a page?
Right. Yeah. And they can be whatever.
Well, the thing about it, it's just like what you were saying. It could have been a guy on the other side.
Yeah, and I met a few people that look nothing like their pictures at all.
Well, and another advice I want to give someone that is interested in online dating, be careful.
That's true.
You will get women, especially an average looking guy like myself, you will get interest from women that you are out of your league. These women do not exist. They will tell you whatever they think that you want to hear. They'll talk sex, they'll talk all this pretty stuff in a very short period of time. And all they want is your money.
Fake scammers, yeah.
They will be overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And I have talked to a couple here in the States. There was one I started talking to before I was able to get in touch with Jean. Supposedly in Boston, Massachusetts. She had a son. They were all, looked real. She was talking sex. She brought up the subject, and we are talking very
first message?
Very detailed. The next night.
Oh.
Very detailed of things that she wanted to do, have done to her.
Well,
so be careful.
Maybe that person is just some people start off with sex right away, especially females, unfortunately, because they feel their body or their sex is all they can do to grab interest and bring people in. They've not been taught the value of self-worth and their personality and communication and leading up to sex, the seduction, the dance,
which is lost.
The courtship. So that does happen, and I've had males do that right away. I've had creepers actually that got stalkery, and yeah, they'd go sex right away. They'd send me dick pictures, and I'm like, I don't even know your name. So it goes both ways. It gets real creepy and aggressive with females as well.
And that's the problem with the internet. It is so impersonal.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it, you can get away with being whoever you want to be.
So would you?
But it's not you.
What would you say to the ladies? What advice would you give to the ladies?
The same thing I would tell anybody. Be careful. First and foremost, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for your physical well-being, but your emotional well-being. Because there's a lot of lonely women out there.
Yeah.
All they want is somebody to be with them. They're looking for companionship.
Yeah.
Which is great. But they can't let themselves
be victimized
to some sweet words.
Yeah.
I talk sweet to you all the time.
Right.
We're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a guy, especially when he starts, oh, you look so good, and starts talking like a romance novel, is he going to keep it up?
Yeah.
Is that the way the relationship's going to be?
Just a hook. Mm-hmm.
Me, that's my thing.
What would you say to women or guys and girls in the... Okay, I missed something there. But what would you say in the guys and girls in the physical world? How did you try to date offline? Did you try offline? What did you
Unsuccessfully, evidently. But we'll take you for instance.
I was one click away from deleting my profile. I just started one, and he caught me when my finger was on the delete button. It was that quick.
Well,
and then he just reeled me in.
You let me.
I sure did. Anyway, what were you?
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to present a persona 24/7.
For a long term, yeah.
If you're going to get into a relationship, if you're serious about it, be who you are.
Yeah.
Because my name's Kenny, and that's the only person I know how to be. I've got my faults. I've got my good points.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Because if that person does not like who you are, and you're putting a persona that's someone else, they are going to see it.
Yeah. Right.
Unless you are really, really good at it, they're going to see it.
Yeah, and even that cracks after a while.
You know, from previous experience. I do from
experience, yeah.
Even though you're putting on this mask, it's going to break.
Right.
You're going to see through it, and then all the work that you've put in being someone else is for nothing. Be yourself. It's easier to be yourself than it is to try to be someone else.
Right. And I've heard that repeated over and over from several people.
Unless you're into playing games.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And then think about it. Would you want that person to play games with you?
Yeah. Some people are all about the drama. Not me, honey. Yeah.
I'm allergic. I break out in hives and things like that. But, you know.
Yeah.
Research that person. You admitted you did a background check on me.
I sure did.
Which does not hurt my feelings at all.
And I met your coworkers and your family and your fantastic son that I absolutely adore. I do. He's a doll. He's a good kid. You're a good kid.
Well,
Hayden, do you have anything to add, or you have any questions?
From a teenager's point of view?
As far as a teenager's point of view,
there you go, that's better.
As far as a teenager's point of view, again, like my dad was saying, just be yourself. Yeah. Even in school, you can see the different personas that's going on. You can see when someone's trying to lie to their girlfriend or boyfriend, however it is. Whether it's in their material things or in their mental perspective. They're going to try to do whatever they want to get what they want. Whether that's courtship, like what Dad and Jean were just talking about, or if it was sex, again, like they were just talking about. They're going to do what they want to do. Now, whether it's true or not, that's up to the person.
My advice would be for males and females, because I had people, males, try to invite me to go riding in the woods with them or some strange things in remote places, and I would say, I think we should get to know each other, at least date a little bit or meet before we do that, because it's not safe for us to be in a secluded location together. And their response is, I'm a man, I'm fine, I'm safe. Okay, they didn't know me. They don't know that I may carry a knife or a gun with me 24/7. They don't know that I could be a female serial killer, or that I like to skin them and wear their skins around. They don't. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're safe. There are crazy females and males in this world, and if they could get you alone, they're Black Widows. So be safe. Meet in a public, well-lit place. So if it goes weird, make sure you have an exit, a safety point. If you have to have someone sitting in the next booth watching, do that. I've had people that have done that for each other if they need to be in a getaway car outside. I had a friend and my mom actually bailed me out on a couple of them as a level 10 creeper. Well, I'm like, level 10, text or call me, tell me you had an accident or somebody's holding you hostage or whatever. Have an out. You don't have to be rude even if they are crazy and a little weird and it's just totally not vibing with you. Have a safe way out. Bow out gracefully. And there's been times where I did have emergencies. Something happened that I did have to leave, which was pleasantly in the nick of time, unfortunately for the person. But think of ways out. Meet in a public, meet in a well-lit area. It doesn't have to be daytime, but restaurant or whatever.
But meeting in public, our situation, we met at a restaurant where she was getting done with a dinner. We met there, and then we went to a local boardwalk on a river. It was public. Other people were milling around, but we still had the privacy to talk about what we wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. There was a romantic setting. There was Christmas lights around. So don't think of public as in just
it could be
mountains
at a park.
Of people.
It could be a park. As long as there's people there and it's well lit.
But like what Gene's saying, stay safe.
Yep. Drive to a location in your own vehicle.
Separate vehicles.
Don't ever, especially if it's a stranger you've never met, do not go in their vehicle. Always take yours. Because like I said, you could have an emergency come up. They could be a total creeper, or you're just not feeling it and you want to bow out gracefully. Some people take rejection really bad. What's up, Hayden?
Well, and another thing.
This is a family video.
Another thing, the people, their parents, they give you the advice, don't get in the car with strangers. It doesn't change from when you're
stranger danger
14, 10 to 46, 36.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what age you are.
Right.
Someone's always going to be bigger, someone's always going to be stronger.
Or crazier.
Like Gene just said, by the way.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to that too. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
Another advice is some generations, like Kenny and I's generation and older, if we invite you, we will pay. But this generation in our current society is Dutch. So make sure that if you do agree to go on a date,
it's out in the open.
That too, but you have money to cover your dinner or whatever, because don't expect the other person to pay. Always make sure you're covered. There's a lot of times I didn't go out and I chose to do something free or public like a park because I didn't have the funds to buy a soda or whatever. But you can take like art class, dance class. There's stuff on Crestview area singles, which is my area I run, that I put events constantly that are free and they're public. You can do a festival or a dog show, whatever, anything public. And free is awesome, but make sure you have some cash with you in case you do have a dinner.
Well, and not only that, as far as free, we've got the Gulf of Mexico within driving distance.
But this is worldwide.
So, granted, but
beach,
look into your area, see what's going on.
Right.
And if you're not into the cyber thing, I know there's local art festivals,
Mm-hmm.
there's museums,
Right.
there's, especially if you're into art, museum, more of a cultured type lifestyle, those are going to be the people that you're going to get along with.
Or
so go to those places.
Your faith-based, like religious activities, I do pagan gatherings, and I meet all kinds of people that way. Nobody's single, unfortunately, for me at the time, but I got lucky anyway. So, booger cam.
Stop that.
Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you very much. I'm thinking of you. I care about you. Comment, like, share. Go to my Ask Jean group on Facebook and give me any suggestions if there's anything you do want to know or in the next video you'd like me to make. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jean. See you later.